Okay, once you've checked your technology, if you can put your feet on the floor, come right up to the front edge of your chair, and just check in, see which parts of your feet are in contact with the floor. So can you get your heels down? Can you get the balls of your feet down? Your toes, the bottoms of your toes. And then notice where you are on your sitting bones. Are you kind of leaning forward a little bit? Can you sit kind of back so that your back is nice and straight? You might pull your belly in somewhat. And let your shoulders be right over your hips. And then notice your head and your neck. So is your chin lifted a little bit? Are you tight on one side or the other? Is your jaw tight? Are your teeth clenched? Maybe you can bring some space between your upper teeth and your lower teeth. And again, just sort of lining up your head with your shoulders, with your hips, right? So sometimes we sit in this position where we're a little bit forward. The head is kind of out over the front of the body. So we just want to bring that back a little bit. And then relax your hands. Relax your arms. And close your eyes if that feels okay. And if you'd rather not close your eyes, just drop your gaze down at the floor. And start by checking in with your thoughts this morning. Notice what's going through your mind right now. So notice if there are lots of thoughts. Quite often the mind jumps from one thought to the next. Or maybe there's just one or a couple of thoughts that are dominating the monologue up there this morning. And now turn your attention away from your thoughts to your breathing. And notice your breath this morning. Notice if it's fast or slow, if it's shallow or deep. And then see if you can intentionally deepen your breathing so that as you inhale, you can feel your rib cage expand. And as you exhale, you feel your rib cage contract. And you might have to exaggerate the inhalations and exhalations a little bit. You might have to take a little more time with them. So breathing in, feel the rib cage expand. Breathing out, feel the rib cage contract. And with each subsequent breath, let the inhale get a little deeper and the exhale get a little longer. As you're breathing in and out, as you're filling your rib cage, can you feel your shoulders lift slightly on the inhalations? And can you feel your shoulders fall slightly on the exhalations? Breathing in, breathing out. And take in a full, deep breath. Hold that breath in. And then let it out with a sigh. You can let your eyes gently open. And then just roll your shoulders a couple of times. So we're just going to roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Good. All right, and then let's roll them the other way. So we're going to be doing a bit of work for the arms and shoulders today. So if you have a shoulder issue, you have some soreness or tenderness in your shoulders, you're just going to want to monitor that. And if we're doing something that feels like a little too much, you can just kind of take a break with that. So let's start with the right shoulder. We're just going to take the right arm, sweep it up and around. And again, if you don't have this range of movement in your shoulder, just do the best you can. You can do it way down here. Whatever you've got available is fine. So just slowly moving that arm up and around. Good. And then see if you can extend your arm. And as you extend your arm, when the arm comes back, turn your palm toward the back of the room and come down. And when you come forward, turn the palm toward me. So we're twisting all the way to the fingers and lengthening that arm. So this is a very slow movement, right? Nice and slow. Great. Just a couple more. Excellent. The next time that your arm is down toward the floor, we're going to switch direction. So whatever direction you were going in. So when the arm comes back, the palm turns toward the back of the room. And when the arm comes forward, the palm comes toward the front of the room. So we're just getting a little rotation here. Again, just breathing in and breathing out slowly and easily. Just getting to know what the range of movement is in this shoulder this morning. One more time. Great. And then let's let that arm rest. We're going to just bring the hand to the lap and take the left elbow first. Just nice and slow, warming it up. So we want to warm up the joints a little bit before we ask them to do a whole lot of work. In the shoulder, those of you who have been coming here for a while, you know I always say the shoulder is the most mobile joint in the body, and it's also the least stable of our joints. That's why we don't walk on our hands. Or maybe we do. We've developed some good shoulder strength. So at some point, we're just going to switch direction again, going around nice and slow, just noticing what the available movement is in this shoulder. Is it different than the other one? Is there some discomfort in there? Tightness, soreness? Maybe it feels awesome this morning. And then we're going to take the arm nice and slow, big circles, nice and slow. So the palm faces away toward the back of the room when your arm goes back, and toward the front of the room, toward me, when your arm comes forward. So we're just exploring this range and twisting the arm. Good. And noticing again, is this different than the other side? Is it the same? The next time your arm is down toward the floor, we're going to switch direction. And the reason we switch direction with the arm toward the floor is that the arm and shoulder are in a more stable position for switching direction. If you do that when the arm is up, you have some little tendons in the side of the shoulder there that can get pinched or harassed. And we don't want to have that happen. Okay, just a couple more. So we're doing quite a bit here, right? Good. Excellent. And then let's bring that arm back. Close your eyes for a moment. Just taking a couple breaths and notice the right shoulder and the left shoulder. You might notice the arms, the chest, the upper back. So the shoulder doesn't work all by itself. It interacts with all these other parts. And then you can open your eyes. And now we're going to take the arms forward. So with your palms forward, like you're saying stop. And then we're going to make a little fist and pull back and squeeze the shoulder blades together, right? And then push forward and let the shoulder blades sort of round off your back a little bit. And then pull back. So this is the whole movement we're going to do. So we're exhaling as we come forward and inhaling as we pull back. And really squeeze as you pull the arms back. Really give that a good squeeze back there. So pushing forward and pulling back, right? And try not to pull back with your neck and your jaw. So if you feel like your neck is getting a little bit too much tension when you're doing this, see if you can focus more on the shoulder blade area, squeezing the shoulder blades. Okay, next time that you push forward, we're going to stay here for a moment and hold the right hand out, and then we're going to pull back with the left. Pull back with the left as hard as you can, and then switch sides, right? So try not to lean your body forward. So we're keeping the head, the shoulders, and the hips in alignment, and we're just going from side to side here. You can feel a little twist in your body if you'd like, but really engage the shoulder blade back there. Good. Couple more. Excellent. 2 more. And 1 more. On each side, that is. Good. Sorry. And then come back and just kind of give it a little roll there. Okay, so now take your arms out to the sides. So your upper arms are parallel to the floor, and you've got 90 degrees at your elbows. Now, if you can't get your arms up at parallel, come down a little bit. That's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to start by bringing the arms down, the forearms down, and up. So you're trying to keep the upper arms stable and stationary, so they're not moving up and down. You should be feeling this in your shoulder, right? Everybody feeling this in the shoulder? Good. Okay. Great. So we're just going just as much as you can. So just look over at your upper arms. Make sure they're not moving very much. They should just be twisting a little bit, but they shouldn't be moving up and down. So that's the control we're trying to get here, right? Okay, next time your arms are down, we're going to hold here, or your hands are down, right? Notice if you're coming forward with your chin, pull that back a little bit. So you've got the head over the shoulders, over the hips. And now take just your right arm up, and then we're going to switch, right? So this is like a little, what do they call them? The linemen, right? We don't have linemen here in line people, line persons. You know what I mean, right? In Maine and Vermont, they have, instead of police doing details, they have linemen. So they hold up the little sign to say stop and go. Some of you are like, I have no idea what she's talking about. You do. Okay, good. You've seen them. This reminds me of lineman work. I don't know why. Yeah, sort of that stop and go, right? So some people stop, some people go. How we doing? Shoulders getting nice and warm? Great. Okay. And then shake it all out, you guys. Okay, I got to take my sweater off. I'm getting warm. So if you're getting a little warm, whoops. Oh, and I'm all tangled up. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. So now we're going to take the arms out to the sides again, palms facing up. And you're going to make a fist. So squeeze your fist as hard as you can, but not so much that it hurts, right? So we want to have like a nice grip here. It's like you're holding something. And then we're going to bend the elbows and bring the fist to the shoulders and then out. So that's it. That's the whole movement. In and out. So we're keeping the upper arms lifted, right? So don't let the upper arms fall down. We want to keep those upper arms lifted. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders in the back, right? Okay, just a couple more of these. So we're doing some work for the upper arms. That affects the shoulders. You have muscles here in the upper arms that affect the shoulders. Good. 2 more. Great. And then we're going to come back to that sort of cactus arms, right? So we're holding here. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're asking a lot of the arms and shoulders right now. I know this is kind of hard. So we're just going to kind of hold here for a couple of breaths. And as you're holding your arms, your upper arms parallel to the floor, squeeze your shoulder blades together and bring the elbows back as far as they'll go. And then just come back to that mid-range, right? So we're just squeezing and coming back. And then coming back. Breathing in and breathing out. So if you need to take a break, take a break. We're asking a lot of the shoulders right now. Breathing in, breathing out. Everybody's doing great. Good. So the movement is happening right here in the shoulder blades, right? So when you come back, the shoulder blades are squeezing together. Squeezing together. And how about one more time? Everybody looks really happy this morning. Oh, let your arms come down. Take a break. Breathing in, breathing out, maybe close your eyes, feel your shoulders and your arms, feel your upper back. Notice what you can feel in there. Big breath in, let it out with a sigh. Eyes open. Take your arms forward with your palms together, right? So as you have your palms together, press into your palms. You can feel your chest muscles working here a little bit, right? So press into the palms and then relax. And press and relax. So breathing in and breathing out. Just giving a little press and then letting go. Little press and then letting go. And you should feel right in through here, right in through the chest and the upper part of the arm and the front part of the shoulder. You should be feeling something in there. Good. Couple more. Excellent. And then just holding the arms where they are. You all doing okay? Yeah? Okay. So relaxing the neck and the shoulders. We're going to take the right hand away from the left. So the left hand stays forward. We're going to take the right hand away from the left, turn the palm away, and then bring that arm back as far as it'll go. Then turn your palm forward and come back to the start, right? So keep the right arm where it is, the right hand, turn the left palm away, and then sweep it out nice and slow. Go back as far as you can, and then turn it forward and come back. So that's the whole movement. So relaxing the breath, right? If you need to take a break, you can bring your arms a little lower. That's a little less stressful and a little less intense on the shoulders. If you want to add a little more, because I think some of you want to add a little more intensity, when you get here, push your palms together before you turn the other palm away, right? So breathing in and breathing out. Nice and easy. Good. How about 2 more? 1 on each side. Great. Last one. Excellent. And then let your arms come down. Whew. Take a break. Roll those shoulders up and around a little bit. All right. And then open your eyes. If you've closed them, bring your hands together and interlace your fingers. Bring your elbows nice and close together. So some people are going to get the elbows to touch in the front. Some people are going to have a little space in there. That's okay. So I just want you to hold your elbows in whatever position they're in and then start to twist around at the wrists. Right? So we're just twisting around at the wrists. Good. And reverse direction. If you're twisting one way, twist around the other way. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. And then release your hands and interlace them the opposite way. So it should feel a little bit strange that whatever thumb usually is on the top there, it should be on the bottom now. So I always feel like I'm missing a finger when I do this, right? Yeah. And then we're going to do the same thing. So just kind of twisting around. Breathing in, breathing out. So the movement is happening at the wrists. And you might be hearing some noise in there. It's pretty normal. And then reverse direction. Good. Okay, and then relax that. Shake everything out a little bit here. Okay. Bend your elbows. Bring your palms up like you're holding a tray. And have your forearms parallel to the floor. In other words, they're not up here. They're parallel to the floor. So if you're holding a tray, you don't want to drop anything off the tray, right? So elbows are tucked into your waist, right? So they're tucked in nice and tight. And now your thumbs are leading. We're going to go with the thumbs and go out to the side as far as you can, and then come back. Breathing in and breathing out. So keeping the elbows tucked in is going to limit the movement to the shoulder. So if I come out here now, I'm using more of my arm, but I want to keep my elbows tucked in and have that movement happening in a very specific way. So breathe in, breathe out. How are those shoulders doing? Are they awake yet? Yes? Good. Okay, next time you're out to the sides, hold here. Breathing in, breathing out, right? And now continuing to hold the palms up as if you were holding something on, holding a tray in each hand. We're going to go out and then pull back in, but you're keeping the hands way out to the sides. So breathing in and breathing out. Now when you bring your elbows in toward your waist, squeeze the shoulder blades. Ooh, that gives it an extra little oomph at the end, right? So a little squeeze of the shoulder blades. So it's like a little pause, right? When you bring your elbows in, just pause and squeeze. And don't drop what's on your tray. Now look at your hands. Have you lost the tray? Whoops, it's all over the floor back there. All over the floor. All right, so we're going out and coming back. Okay, so now just to mix it up a little bit, next time your elbows are in, just serve with the right hand. and then back. And now just serve with the left hand, and then back. And we're just going to do this a couple of times. So serving with the right, and then serving with the left. Okay, we got that? And as you pull in, you can feel your shoulder blade kind of pulling toward your back. Next time your elbows are in, we're going to pause for a moment. So we're going to change this up just a little bit. So this time you're going to serve to the right, and then bring that over to the left, and then pull it back in and rotate it out. Got that? We'll do this a few times so you'll get it. So left side, again, very slowly, we're going to serve to the left, pull that over to the right, pull it back into the waist, and rotate the arm out, right? So that's the whole movement. That's a little tricky, right? So we're going from one side to the other. If you don't quite get it, that's okay. Just do the best you can. Good. Where are we going? Yeah, we're going that way. Okay. I don't quite get it either. I know. This is like, where do we go with this? All right. One more time on each side. Excellent. Good. And then relax your arms all the way down. Take a couple of breaths in and out. Ah. Notice your arms, your shoulders, your hands, your wrists. We haven't even, not to even mention the fingers, right? Take a nice deep breath in, let it out with a sigh. Let your eyes open. We'll give those shoulders and arms a little bit of a rest as we work on the fingers now. So just squeezing and extending fingers. Squeezing and extending. So you can feel that in the knuckles. Now notice which of your knuckles are working smoothly this morning and which ones are maybe a little crabby. Anybody else have crabby knuckles out there? I have a couple of crabby knuckles too. Breathing in, breathing out. And then extend your hands, spread your fingers as wide apart as they'll go, and take just your thumbs and circle them around. Good. And start breathing if you've stopped. And then extending the thumbs, we're going to circle just the first fingers, so the pointer finger. And then holding that, your second finger, your middle finger. I don't know why they call it a middle finger, because there is no middle finger. There's a thumb and 4 fingers. And then your ring finger. And then the last finger, the little one. All right, and then let's take the thumbs and the first fingers together. All right, so we just got the thumbs and first fingers together and all the other ones are extended. And then we'll go to the second fingers on each hand, right? And then the third, and then the fourth. We'll go back to the third, and the second, and the first. So we're just going to kind of play the scales there, right? Going down and then going back. So you go from first to second, to third, to fourth, to third, to second, to first, second, third, fourth, third, second, first. We got this? Yeah? Okay. So the next time everybody is on their first fingers and thumbs, hold there. Hold there. So we got first fingers and thumbs. Now take your, you're going to keep your right hand, the first finger and the thumb together, and then your left hand, you're going to switch over to the last finger and the thumb, right? So you got that? So you're on the first finger on the right hand. You're on the fourth finger on the left hand. So now on the right hand, go to finger 2. On the left hand, go to finger 3. On the right, go to 3. On the left, go to 2. On the right, go to 4. On the left, go to 1. On the right, go to 3. On the left, go to 2. On the right, go to 2. On the left, go to 3. On the right, go to 1. On the left, go to 4. We got that? We all there? We're there? So you got it, yeah. A-okay. All right, so you're on the right hand, you got your thumb and your first finger. On the left hand, you got your thumb and your fourth finger, right? Everybody got that? We're all starting in the same way? The baby, yeah. So on your right hand, go to finger 2. On the left, go to 3. On the right, go to 3. On the left, go to 2. On the right, go to 4. On the left, go to 1. On the right, go to 3. On the left, go to 2. On the left, it's 2. On the right, it's 2 now. On the left, it's 3. On the right, it's 1. On the left, it's 4. So did we all end up at the same place again? Oh, sure. Okay. Shake that out a little bit. It's a mind thing, right? Like, when do you do that? Okay, let's try this another way. So, right hand, first finger and thumb. Left hand, fourth finger and thumb, right? So now hold your hands kind of in front of you and just look at this. Forget about your fingers. We're not going to even talk about the fingers now. I'm not going to talk about the fingers. I only want to talk about the thumbs. So see where your thumbs are, right? Okay, move your thumbs one digit to the left. Move your thumbs one digit to the left. Move your thumbs one digit to the left. Move your thumbs one digit to the right. One digit to the right. One digit to the right. Much easier, right? Same movement. Same movement, right? It's just the brain is processing it a different way. Different perspective, right? Shake that all out. Kind of fun. All right, says me. All right, take your arms out to the sides. We're going back to shoulders, you guys. So reach your fingers way out, way out. So let your arms get as long as they can be. Your thumbs are leading, so we're in the thumb range here. So we're going to take the thumbs up toward the ceiling, forward, down, and back around as far as they'll go. So twisting, and then thumbs lead down, forward, up, back, and around. So that's the whole movement. We're twisting, rotating the whole arm from the fingers all the way up to the shoulders. And the thumbs are leading the charge, right? If this is too much, bring your arms down a little bit, right? You don't have to have your arms up. If you want to challenge yourself, we're going to keep the arms lifted here, right? So breathing in, breathing out. If it becomes difficult to breathe, if you find that you're kind of your breath is kind of catching, it might just be that this is just a little too much. So again, just bring it down a bit. Good. Okay. Next time that you turn your thumbs down toward the floor and then rotate the palms back, we're going to hold here. So your thumbs should be facing the back of the room. Does that make sense? Okay. So your thumbs are facing the back of the room. We're going to bring the arms all the way down. Turn your palms toward one another. Sweep them up overhead. Go out to the sides with your palms out. Turn the thumbs down. Come all the way down so the backs of your hands are toward your body, then the palms toward your body, coming up. Breathing in. Now lift, lift, lift as you come up. Coming out, so we're rotating the arms all the way up into the shoulder socket. Everybody okay? Some faces are saying you're not okay. Some faces are looking a little grimacy. Good. How about one more? So really reach. When you come up, reach, get as tall as you can in your chair. Excellent. And then let your arms hang down by your sides. So with your arms hanging down by your sides, close your eyes for a moment and see if you can feel how heavy the right arm is and how heavy the left arm is. And then activate the muscles in your arms and fingers and reach your fingers down toward the floor. So it's like you're trying to touch the floor with your fingertips, but you're not bending your spine, you're not bending at the waist, you're just reaching, and feel all the muscles that have to activate in order to make that happen. Breathing in, breathing out. And then relax the arms. Bring your hands to your lap. Take a couple of breaths in and out. And then you can let your eyes gently open. We're going to take that right arm, sweep it over to the left. So a little stretch now. We've done a little bit of strengthening work, so we're just going to stretch a little bit. So pulling this arm across your body, turn your head to the right, look out over your right shoulder, and then slowly lift and lower your chin like you're saying yes. So it's a nice, easy, gentle movement here. Little yes movement with the head. And then bringing your head back to center, we're going to take that right arm, sweep it out to the side, bring it around behind your back, and rest it on the low back. So you've got your arms sort of resting back here like this. Take your other hand, and you're going to grab hold of the right hand back there. The hand, the fingers, maybe the wrist, if you can get the wrist, whatever you can grab back there. Now notice if you're twisting your body to accommodate that, see if you can sit up nice and tall so the head is over the shoulders and the shoulders are over the hips, right? And then we're just going to gently pull that right arm over to the left. Just a little bit. If you feel any pain in your shoulder or your arm, you don't want to go any farther than that. So we're just giving it a little gentle tug here. And then take your left ear to your left shoulder. And then lift your head. So we'll do this a few times, just exploring, just bringing the ear to the shoulder. Now when you bring your ear to your shoulder, does your nose turn up or down, or can you keep your nose straight ahead? So just notice. So there's a pattern of tightness that we all get accustomed to in our own bodies, right? So we're just kind of noticing that. The next time you have your left ear on your left shoulder, hold it here. And as you hold your ear close to the shoulder, now purposefully turn your head, or turn your nose down and then up. So we're keeping the ear on the shoulder, and we're turning the nose down and turning the nose up. And breathing in and breathing out. So notice which way feels more comfortable and which way feels like it's got a little bit of tension in it. And one more time, just turning the nose down and then turning the nose up. Good. And then bring your head back up to center. We're going to release that arm, sweep it forward. So this is the right arm, bring it up overhead. Reach up through that side of the body as best you can. Bend your elbow and bring the palm to your shoulder if you can, like you're giving yourself a little congratulatory tap on the shoulder, right? So you're just kind of tapping your shoulder here. And now see if you can lift this right elbow up a little bit more. And we're going to inspect that armpit. Bring your nose down there. Hopefully everybody bathed this morning. So you bring your nose down here and see if you can bring your elbow up a little higher as you bring your nose more into your armpit. So your elbow comes up higher, you're looking down into that armpit. Breathing in, breathing out. And then bring your head back up, release that release that hand rather, let it come all the way down. Let both arms hang down by your sides, close your eyes, and notice how much longer your right arm is than your left. Imagine you could touch the floor with the right fingers. Big breath in, let it out with a sigh. Eyes open, take the left arm, sweep it over to the right. And then we're just going to pull that arm across the body. Turn your head to the left, turn and look out over that left shoulder. We're going to lift and lower the chin, saying yes. So a nice, gentle yes. And really focus. So for many of us, it's easier to lift the chin up than it is to bring the chin down. So see if you can get the chin right down there. Breathing in and breathing out. Don't let the breath get hitchy. Couple more. So stretching out some of those muscles we just really worked hard on. And then you can bring your head back to center. We're going to release that arm, sweep it out to the side, bring it all the way around behind the small of your back. So it's reaching over to the right side. Take your right hand, grab hold of the left. You can grab your fingers, your hand, your wrist, whatever you can kind of comfortably grab back there. If you're twisted or leaning, you want to bring your body up. So head is over shoulders, shoulders over hips, belly is nice and engaged. So you're pulling the belly in a little bit. Feet are flat on the floor. And then we're going to pull that arm over to the right a little bit. So that just opens up a little bit more here in the shoulder. And now you're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder and then coming back up. So breathing in and breathing out, right? And again, just explore or ask yourself, when I bring my right ear to my right shoulder, does my nose turn up? Does it turn down, or does it stay straight? Like what feels most comfortable? So for some of us, we bring the ear to the shoulder and we turn the head. We don't want to turn the head. We just want to bring the ear to the shoulder. It should be a little uncomfortable on that left side of the neck because we're stretching it. And the next time that you bring your ear to your shoulder, you're going to stay here and breathe. So again, the muscles in the side of the neck, we have some that run more to the front, some that run more to the back. So if we're tighter, say in those back muscles, the nose is going to turn up. If we're tighter, say in those front side muscles, the nose is going to turn down. So now we're going to explore the whole range, keeping the ear on the shoulder. We're going to turn the nose up and turn the nose down and breathe in and breathe out. And this can be very informative, right? So what's happening here? What's happening in the neck? What's happening in the shoulder? What about the upper arm? You might even feel that down into the elbow, down in that area. Just a couple more. Good. And then bringing your head back to sort of that center position. We're going to release that left arm, sweep it forward and all the way up overhead. Reach up as high as you can, bend your elbow, and we're just going to give a little pat on the back here, right? So we're just congratulating ourselves here. Job well done, lifting that elbow up a little bit higher. We got to inspect this armpit now, so bring your nose down right into that armpit, and as you do, lift the elbow a little higher, so you really open up through the armpit. Now the armpits actually are a good place to get some more breath in. If we're tight in the armpit area, then that's going to restrict our breathing because the ribs need to move up and out when we inhale. And if the armpit is tight, if the muscles that create the armpit are tight and pulling that arm bone into the body, it's going to be harder. So now lift your head up. We're going to take that arm all the way up overhead, sweep it down, let both arms fall down by your sides, close your eyes, and check in. Is your right arm the same length as your left arm at this point? Hopefully it is. Take a nice deep breath in, let it out with a sigh. All right, let's shake out those arms a little bit. How are we doing? How are your arms feeling? Tired, loose, yeah, good. Okay, all of those things. So have your hands on your legs near your knees, and then we're going to bring the shoulder tops up to the ears, and then bring the shoulder tops way down away from the ears. So you're purposely pulling way down. It goes beyond neutral, right? So we're going way up and then way down. Breathing in and breathing out. Right. Good. So our muscles act to support our joints, right? So we often, if we have a pain or something in the shoulder, our first thought is, oh my gosh, it's arthritis, or I need a shoulder replacement, or, we go to that place, right? And quite often it's just because the muscles are tight. And if we can release the tension in the muscles, we can relieve the tension in the joint. So the next time that you have your shoulders up toward your ears, we're going to hold here, breathing in, breathing out. Take your left shoulder way down, your right shoulder way up. And then switch sides, right? So we're just going up on one side, down on the other side. And now as you do this, when the right shoulder comes up, bring your right ear to your right shoulder and your right shoulder to your right ear. And then the other side, same thing. So this is like, remember when we had telephones? Yeah. Remember doing this? Oh my gosh. We had those little contraptions we put on the receiver to kind of help with the neck crick. Now, my God, it's on your wrist. Who knew, right? So a couple more. Excellent. How about one more on each side? Good. And then down. Whew, roll those shoulders a couple of times. All right, and now take your hands together, interlace your fingers, press your palms away, and round through your upper back. Bring your chin right into your chest. Breathe in, breathe out. So we're giving a good stretch for the outside of the arms, for the upper back, for the neck. And then release, bring your palms in toward your chest. So just sort of releasing here a little bit. Breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to do that again. So really stretching through that upper back. So mindfully pulling the hands forward, pulling the chin in toward the chest. And then slowly coming back, hands come in toward the chest. We're going to just do that 2 more times, right? So breathing in, breathing out, sitting up nice and tall, and then pressing out. And if you want to mix it up the last time, we're going to switch the fingers. How's that? And then coming back to the chest. Now, notice the way your hands are interlaced. See if you can lace your fingers the opposite way. Again, it should feel a little strange, a little weird. Always feels like I'm missing a finger. And then we're going to press the palms away, bring the chin to the chest. And then coming back. Good. Releasing and relaxing that. Let's take a little break from all this shoulder work. We've done a lot of shoulder work this morning. So just be aware of that a little bit later. Make sure you just keep moving things a little bit. We're going to come right down to the feet because we cannot have a class without feet, right? We can't have life without feet. Life without feet would be really hard. Okay, so looking down at those feet, look at your toes. Look at all those toes. Lift them up and spread them out. And notice how far your big toe and your little toe can get from one another. Can they get really far apart? Or are they a little bit codependent? Right? Through the other toes? Yeah, this is like a codependent family down here. So we're going to keep all the toes lifted, and you're just going to take your big toes and press them down toward the floor, just the big toes, and then lift them back up. So we're just going to press and lift with just the big toes. If all your toes are moving, notice that. So we're just creating some toe independence. So those of you who have been here doing this for a while, is it getting any easier as you do this? Yeah. So for those for whom this is maybe a little bit new, it might be discouraging to see that it's really challenging to get those big toes down. But with practice, it does work. We are able to decouple that. Because this is not just a physical issue here, with the toes not being able to move independently. It's also a mental issue, because we don't have the neurological connection between our independent toes and our brain. Our brain just thinks of anything below the ankle as the foot. It's in the shoe, right? It's all one unit. And then raise all the toes again. We're going to hold all the toes up. I didn't mention tripods, so I will now. So tripods are your heel, your big toe knuckle, and your little toe knuckle. So we want to keep the tripods on the floor, so you're not lifting them up and you're not moving your legs and feet so that they come up. So once again, with all your toes lifted, keep the big toes up and press all the little toes down, and then lift. Right? So you're keeping the big toes lifted and you're pressing and lifting just the little toes. Toes 4 through however many you have. You might have more than 4 other toes there. You might have. If you lift your thumbs, it helps. Yeah, so let the hands do a little instructing, right? Yeah, so lift the thumbs and see what happens. Does that help? Maybe. Maybe not. And then relax all the toes and the feet, right? And just notice you might have a little more alive feeling in the bottoms of your feet right now. Okay, so now keeping your tripods down, we've got all the toes on the floor. See if you can press into your toes without scrunching your toes. Can you press down but not scrunch? That is a fine motor skill in the toes, in the feet, that we're missing when we are missing that independence in the toes, right? So again, you might kind of look down there, and to your point, using the hands, pressing the fingers down, that could be a little instructive for the toes. So it's about pressing down, not scrunching. And then relaxing. So pressing down and relaxing, right? You all got that? Yeah? Are you breathing more than just the minimum? Okay, so now can you press just the big toes but not the other toes? Oh, that's interesting, right? Yeah, I see some faces that are like, no, that's not possible. And now can you press all the little toes but not the big toes? So you're not lifting the big toes. You're just not pressing the big toes. Again, different neural pathway there, different motor skill there. Keep breathing. Okay, relax the toes. Lift them all up. All up. Spread them out nice and wide. Press your big toes down. Press your baby toes down, but not the middle toes. And relax all that. Let's try that again. Look at those toes. If they're not obeying, give them a dirty look. Raise all the toes. Spread them out really wide. Spreading the toes actually helps this. So it's starting to create some independence between the toes. So press your big toes down. Press your baby toes down, but none of the middle toes. Aha. And notice your hands. The tension in your hands right now is off the charts, right? And then relax that. Let's try that again. So lifting all the toes. So tripods are down. Big toes down. Baby toes down. Middle toes are lifted. And then relax all of that. Whew. All right, let's come up on the toes and then down. We're just going to lift up and down a little bit here. Good. How's that going? So I just want to check in with those who've been coming and doing this a little bit. Are you finding the first toe and the last toe exercise getting any easier? A little. On one side, yeah. So that's interesting too. Maybe on one side, but not on the other side. Not the little one yet. Yeah, yeah. We can thank the 80s for the shoes that we used to wear. Yeah, yeah, kind of crippled those little toes a little bit. So again, you know, toe independence is important. It's important not only for balance, but it's important for your ability to walk, right? So when we lose toe independence, when we lose strength and flexibility, or what I like to call adaptability in the feet, we can tend to shuffle, right? Shuffling is sort of, I don't know what's going on from the ankle down. I don't know what's in there. So this is a good way to start to build that, or to rebuild that connection between your brain and your feet. Now physically, you've got arches in your feet, right? We all know about the arch here from the big toe to the heel, but you have an arch out here as well in the outside. Yeah. Okay, and then you've got another arch that runs across, so from the big toe to the other toe. So it's really it's a combination of these three structures that give the arch its lift. So if you're too tight in one area, or you're not toned enough in another area, that is going to throw the balance of those arches off a little bit, and that's going to affect the way that you walk. All right, so let's do a little bit of ankle mobility. So take the right ankle, we're going to swirl it around, reverse direction, breathe in, breathe out. That's kind of required. And then put that foot down. We'll go the other side. So little ankle mobility here. And switch direction. Good. And then bring that foot down. Let's do a little bit with the knees. So just right knee, bend and extend. So nice and slow. So the slower you go, the less you're using the momentum, right? So as you bring your heel under the chair, imagine you could kick the bottom of the chair. So give the back of the leg a little squeeze here. And then when you extend, give a little squeeze here at the top. So this is really good if you've got kind of wonky knees, or a wonky knee, or you've had a knee replacement, you've had some kind of surgery there. This is a really important exercise to do to build strength in the quadriceps muscles, which are the muscles that support the knee. So just a couple more. 99 and 100. Good. Whew. Let's go to the other side. Same thing. So nice and slow, right? So the slower you go, you might feel a little burning in your leg muscles. You might feel some resistance in that knee. Yeah, so for some of us, the resistance, we're going to feel it when we come back. For some of us, we're going to feel a little bit more resistance or tension when we extend. Good. All right. How about two more? 1 and 2 and down. Good. Now just take a moment, feel your legs, and notice how you forgot all about your shoulders. All right. And then we're going to come back to the shoulders, because why not, right? So bring your arms out to the sides. Reach out through your fingertips and lengthen. We're going to take the arms all the way up overhead in a wide V. So reach out through your fingers. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax your shoulder tops away from your ears. So sometimes we bring the shoulder tops way up here. We're just going to draw the shoulder blades down and spread your fingers wide. So the more active you can make your arms, the better. Breathing in, breathing out. If you're having difficulty breathing here, you can bring your arms down a little bit, right? So do the best you can. We're going to hold here for a couple more breaths. So we're here in this nice wide V. It's like everybody's saying, hooray, right? We did it. Touchdown. Yeah, if you're a football fan, right? That's what they do, right? So breathing in, breathing out. This is sort of a universal symbol for victory, right? We see people doing this, it's always something celebratory. It's never defeat. This doesn't look like defeat, does it? No, not at all. How about 2 more breaths? Are you guys okay? Yeah? Okay, kind of. Okay. All right, well, before we get kind of not okay, we're going to turn the palms out and slow, slow, slow bring the arms down. Really, really slow. Bring the arms down. Oh, yeah, that's what I say. Oh. All the way down. You did it. That was your victory lap. All right, let your arms rest on your lap. You can sit comfortably. You may be back into the chair. You maybe can stay where you are and close your eyes. And once you've got your eyes closed, focus on your breathing. Notice the way air is moving in and out of your body. Is your breath shallow or deep? Is it fast or slow? And can you lengthen your breath now? Can you deepen the inhalations and lengthen the exhalations? And as you're breathing slowly in and out, bring your attention to your thoughts, to the activity in your mind right now. And again, just noticing, do you have many thoughts or do you have just a few? Is there one, or maybe there are a couple of thoughts that are really dominating the mind right now? So imagine your thoughts are like clouds in the sky. Imagine that you're lying on your back. Maybe you're on the grass, or maybe you're on the beach, or you're on a nice chair, and you're looking up at the sky. And you can see the blue sky, and across the blue sky are these clouds. They're little fluffy clouds. So your thoughts are like the clouds in the sky. They just move. They move across your mind screen. Your mind screen is like the blue sky. And just like you can't really catch the clouds and hold on to them, you don't really want to catch your thoughts or hold on to your thoughts. You just want to let the thoughts go. So your thoughts are like clouds moving across the blue sky. You'll notice one thought will come across and then it will move out of view. Maybe you have a very cloudy sky. Maybe there's not a lot of space between your thoughts, not a lot of space between the clouds. Or maybe you have a clearer sky where there's a lot of space between your thoughts, a lot of space between the clouds. And maybe your thoughts are light and fluffy like the fluffy clouds. Or maybe your thoughts are a little bit dark, so like those darker clouds. Or maybe they're a combination. In any event, the thoughts move like clouds in the sky. Your deepening breath allows you to relax into this observation. Breathing in and breathing out, just watching the clouds move by, watching the thoughts move by. And every time your mind wanders, call it back to this image of lying on your back, watching the clouds. As you're breathing in and out, turning your attention from your thoughts to your breath. Inhaling and feeling your rib cage expand, feeling your shoulders rise slightly. Exhaling and feeling your rib cage contract and your shoulders fall slightly. See if you can lengthen your inhalations so that as you breathe in, the rib cage really expands out and up. And as you breathe out, it contracts down. Breathing in and expanding the rib cage, shoulders rising, breathing out. Rib cage contracts, shoulders fall. And notice how as you're observing your breath, there's still thoughts going on. The clouds are still moving across the sky. And take in one more full deep breath. Let it out with a sigh. If you'd like, you can bring your hands together. Just take a moment to appreciate yourself. Take a moment for gratitude for all you've been given, for all you've worked for all that's come your way. And then if you'd like, maybe opening your eyes and just acknowledging all these amazing people here in the room. Yeah. All right. Have a great rest of your day. All right. I'll see you all next time.